Man, probably a fun fact on me is that I like to read. Like I like to read. That's a lost art nowadays. Oh, my great uncle is Jesse Owens. He won 4 gold medals in 1936.
I always want to leave people with this, man, to all the viewers and everybody out there, man. Make sure you guys finish the story. Make sure you guys finish your journey because somebody's going to need it.
Yeah. All you got to do is push the back button. That's all you got to do is push the back signal.
Try not to think about the future too much so you can maximize the now.
Who's your favorite rap artist?
Man, to be honest, it's crazy. Tupac always been my number one, right? Like he got me through so much stuff, but Lil Wayne has been in the modern day.
I said, what does it really take? What does it really take to be great, Drew? And he looked at me and he was like, you really want to know? And he was like, to be honest, everything you did to get here, you need to be consistent times 10.
What's up, everybody? Happy hump day. It's your boy, Coach Lee, back in here. You know how we always going to do it, try to bring it to you raw and unfiltered. So we're going to get ready to rock with your boy. Tonight, we got a 2-man show running. Well, we're going to hold it down. We got your Uncle Leroy. So hope you're tuning in, watch to see how we doing tonight. But without that being said, I got to bring in the other coach, C2. What's up, man?
What's up, y'all? How's everybody doing, man? Appreciate you, Coach. Man, how was your day? You good?
Man, can you tell I look ragged, man? Like I've been sleeping on the bridge today, man. It's been a rough day.
Say, man, I had to get off work and pull a Mr. Rogers, throw a sweater on, do something with the hair real quick, and look like I'm just ready. You know, we just got to do that sometimes.
We all ain't got hair, man. So you know, you ain't got a high side like that.
Hey, I'm not even gonna cap on it, shoot. It might not be there. You feel me? It ain't gonna be up there forever. You know. So hey, what's up with it? Did work? You good? Yeah, man. We just rocking with it, man.
Already. But yeah, man, it's Wednesday. That's how we do it. Tonight a little bit different. Yeah. You know, we got a lot of craziness going on out there, man. You know, first of all, those tuning in with us. Everybody tuning in with us. Sports Talk with Friends. Not just the average Facebook group. It's by the fans for the fans. So appreciate y'all tuning in with us. So, man, we're going to get ready to probably just, jump right into this. So the first thing that, it's a social, we all have social responsibilities. And with that being said, you had the situation tonight where the Heat and the Celtics actually took a knee before the game. And it was a little bit surprising, but, hey, these guys got a voice. I feel like they got stuff need to get done. So real quick, like.
As we have seen in this return to arenas around the NBA, most teams, most players stood for the anthem on this night.
So this is in regards to the Jacob Blake, the officer coming out and they're saying they're not going to have any charges against him. So obviously, it's up. It's not actually in Milwaukee, but it's in the vicinity, and it's something that is fresh. It's something that was hot. This summer, as far as being a hot topic, hot butt item. And so we saw the remnants of this during the bubble, during the playoffs. So it's kind of carried back over into that as far as the social responsibility. So with that being said, what's your opinion on that?
I feel like my opinion on that is that they're still showing, hey, we're still not getting those results that what we're fighting for day in and day out. So with them kneeling, it's showing unity still. It's showing, hey, no matter what the situation is, we're still going to stand behind our decisions to be unified. No matter what the color is, it's not about color. It's about our beliefs. And wrong is wrong, right is right. And certain things is just wrong, man. So they're still, hey, they're on that big platform like we talked about before. They're on that big platform. A lot of people watch the NBA, and they have this is how they're voicing their opinions, so to speak, on TV. So I salute the Celtics and the Heat for kneeling and standing by what they what they believe in.
And that's the key thing right there. You know, a lot of people may be on either side of that spectrum. Some people might agree with it.
Yeah.
Some people may not. But at the end of the day, you know, you really can't tell another person how they should feel or respond to a situation. So, you
Not at
know,
all.
if they feel this, you know, a certain way about it and they're strong enough about it, you know, a lot of people are like, well, I can't go to my job and do this and do that, but our job ain't like their job. You know,
Yeah.
we don't have sponsorships, and you know, we're not a face. You know, we can walk into a, you know, into a local Home Depot right now. Somebody probably not gonna know who we are. Kyrie Irving walk in, ain't gonna know exactly who he is. So you know, you know, you can either agree with it or you don't. But at the end of the day, you still got to respect somebody's perspective on how they feel about a certain situation.
Yeah, and I think nowadays, and I'm not speaking on nothing that's going on today, but I feel like we disrespect others' opinions because we don't like that opinion from somebody else, not realizing, hey, everybody's entitled to their opinions. You don't have to mess with that person because their opinion or you don't believe their opinion. You can still live your life. Okay, bet that was a good opinion, because either a positive opinion or negative opinion, you can still take something out of it. You may not like it, but at the end of the day, it may come full circle, be like, you know what? Maybe a little bit of that does make sense, which in return will eventually make everybody, I mean, I'm not gonna say closer together, but broaden our eyes, broaden our mind, and have us thinking on a different level.
And I think that part is important, you know, being able to think outside, because everybody get caught up in their life. You know, we got social media. That's your page. That's your thoughts. That's your opinions. And it's that whole perspective that's thrown out into the universe right now. And everybody feels very strongly about their values. And I think that's where we have to disconnect at, is we've forgotten about, we may not agree on something, but here's the thing. At some point in time, something made us friends, peers, even relatives for the most part. We shouldn't let something like that discredit how we feel about one another. Hey, it's a lot of times, like, I'm going to throw this out there. I'm a lifelong Cowboy fan. We ain't did nothing in 25 years. But guess what? It's still my team. I'm still going to cheer for them, because I take the good with the bad. I know I'm not going to be fair weather with it. And that's how it is, you know. Obviously, if somebody out here doing something violent or something stupid, then I'm going to disconnect myself from the individual. But just because their views are different than mine, you know what I mean, I'm going to stop liking and loving you, you know, depending on what, you know, their relationship is.
Exactly. I agree 100% with that.
So somebody who's always had a pretty hot sports opinion, so to speak, and he definitely lets it be known as far as how he feels about things, is you know, my man, let's see, is it on here? There you go. Man, Doc Rivers, man.
Yeah.
You know, Doc's, you
always
know,
voicing his opinion. Always voicing his opinion and standing by it.
He's an older brother, you know. I remember, I'm showing my age a little bit. I remember Doc when he played for the Sixers.
Yeah. I
was a young lad, but, you know, I still remember that. And, you know, and with that being said, you know, he is going to voice his opinion about that. So this is what Doc had to say about it today.
So,
I don't know what's going on with that.
but what it's not is I keep hearing this.
Man, internet issues tonight or something, man.
Yeah, it's all good, man. We all have those issues with technology sometimes.
Democracy will.
So, you know, you have the issues that we're going to dive up out of that. But a long story short, Doc's perspective of it was, you know, the whole storming of the Capitol today. Like I said, this show gonna be a little bit different, but we're gonna end it on a positive note. I promise y'all out there watching. I feel like something that, you know, that needs to be addressed tonight. But he spoke about how he felt like, you know, the people that stormed the Capitol, building today, on how that whole scene went differently than other protests that we've seen in the past, where you might have been, greeted with some sort of violence, gas, things of that nature, and how the perspective is. It's a little bit different now, considering who the audience is, as compared to what we normally see, so to speak. So, how are you feeling about that, Coach?
I feel like, you know, in other situations where there's been friendly protests, I think it's a misunderstanding. See, when the Black Lives Matter movement or the protest was going on, I was out there too. People take that offensive, you know, because of the way we protest and we voice our opinions highly, you know. There was times where there was some looting or something going on or whatever the case may be, okay. But the fact that you allow people to just bum rush Capitol Hill like that, and there's not really, nobody's being shot. Let's just put it out there. Let's quit playing games right now. Nobody's being shot. Nobody's being the gas thrown, or nobody's being violent with these protesters or whatever the case may be, when they're literally inside the building. But then you may have a Black Lives Matter movement or protest that was peaceful, and you get all kinds of aggression. You know, you get kinds of tear gas, you get people being shot, you get all that type of stuff with this type of movement. But okay, what's different? They're protesting for politics or whatever. BLM movement was protesting for, you know, rights and stuff like that too. So my whole thing is, it was handled a different way with these individuals, Trump supporters, than it was with just the BLM movement as a whole. Now, I'm not saying color or whatever the case may be, but the BLM movement, they had white folks out there, Hispanics, blacks, you know, they was all out there supporting each other. But my whole thing is, I think it should have been, you should have handled both the same way. You can't just let these guys, and this is my opinion, because and sorry for any Trump supporters in there, you know, whatever, because Trump lost. Now y'all crying and trying to bum rush the Capitol Hill, but there was no violence. Like, a lot of people that I've seen on social media today feel like, oh, there should have been some tear gas or some type of beanbag, you know, guns or rubber bullets, because if it was black people, that's what would have happened. I mean, if I've said anything wrong to offend anybody, hey, like we were just talking about opinions.
If I say it's what we just talked about.
It is what it is, but they would just approached it different today. Like, I feel like, dang, they just letting these people, I mean, do what they want to do. Like, that's what we doing now. We can just bum rush over here and sit in Capitol Hill and do this and do that. But then, okay, let that be us, BLM movement. We bum rush Capitol Hill. We getting shot. We did. You know,
right.
There's times where some of these people that have lost their lives, where they've been doing what people ask them, what the cops ask them to do, and they still get shot. These people ain't doing nothing nobody do. They just bum rushing shit, and they just get to do what they want to do. My thing is, don't be a sore loser, man. Y'all lost, Trump lost. Move around, bro. Be all right.
Most definitely.
So that's one thing that didn't sit well with me, man. But on to some positives, I guess.
On to some positives. I don't know if I can even take this as a positive.
Yeah.
My Mavs aren't doing too well right now. But we're gonna take a quick, a weekly sneak peek into the current NBA standings and how things are going right now. So we're going to obviously start with the Eastern Conference. So, on the Eastern side, surprisingly, just got done talking about Doc. It's still early, but he got the Sixers on top at 6-1.
Doc always gonna have people in a position to make playoffs, and always have people in a position to do good things. As a coach, I feel like he's a solid coach and a great motivator. That doesn't surprise me really. Yeah. That doesn't surprise me too much that they're up there like that.
No, not at all. Now, that part doesn't, but the ones that follow after that, you got the Magic, you got the Pacers.
Magic, Pacers.
Celtics, I expect the Knickerbockers at number 5.
The Knicks? Man, Knicks doing that thing this year. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, about time. Get out the get out the bottom and do something. Shit.
I know, right? But I
But
know eventually, obviously, I'm pretty sure that the Nets are going to be up there. That's my pick, for the Eastern Conference. But I think they're going to
I
be up
picked
there.
them too. Last week we talked about this. I said the Nets, man, and it's gonna be all right. They're gonna move up somewhere. They'll at least make the playoff.
Oh, most
But
definitely, most definitely.
I still got them going to the finals. I mean, that's just me.
I can see that. I think right now, like the Magic and the Pacers, they got hot starts, but I think they're going to shake out, so to speak, on where they're going to be. I think it's going to be the Celtics, the Nets, the Heat, up atop, as far as the Eastern Conference is concerned. And I still see the Sixers coming in at the number 4 spot, to round out the top 4 for the Eastern Conference. But I think it's a good start.
Yeah, solid start. I see I believe the Bulls will move up too.
They got a new coach there, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not really a Bulls fan, but I feel like they can do some things, man. Like they got some pieces there. They just got to find a way to get it done.
Okay, so on the other side of that, you got the Western Conference. Hey, you got the defending champs, man. They're showing it ain't no fluke. They re-up during the off season. They got better from a lot of people's perspective, and so they sit atop there and the hottest team in the bubble. I think it was the Suns. I think they won like 8 or 9 straight games or something like that.
Yeah.
So they picked up where they left off at. I ain't no big Chris Paul fan, but it's like he got the young boys balling out there.
He's a good leader, man. Chris Paul, that's probably the piece that they needed to get over that hump or whatever the case may be. Even though they were the hottest team in the bubble, I feel like they should have still made the playoffs. I feel like that format should have been a little different.
Right.
Because it was I feel like they should have just took all the best teams and let them play in a playoff, like mix up the East and the West, but that's my opinion. And like I said, I knew the Lakers was going to come on with it. Ain't nobody worried about that.
Now, it seems like everybody else kind of bunched up right now. It's not as – it seemed like right now that –
it'll break open soon, but I mean, it'll break open sooner or later. But right now, that's just where it is on that spectrum.
Yeah, because, Clippers going to be up there. Utah, they're going to do their thing. The Pelicans – a scary team right there, man. Those damn Pelicans, man. They young. I think a lot of times those teams are the scariest ones in the playoffs because they get in there, they don't really know what they're supposed to do, and so they go in there and they just ball out, so they can catch you off guard.
Yeah, them youngsters gonna go in there and just ball because they hungry for it and they want to prove themselves. That's even on our level. You get a young team, they're gonna go out there and just ball hard. So it is what it is. Young teams got to learn to win. So when they get that little taste of success, it's like, oh, what do we do with it? So they go out there and do what they know to do, and that's just leave it all out on the court, be reckless, run around, hustle, dive, all that stuff. These older teams, they just go with it like, man, we've been here before, and we know what we need to do, so it ain't even an issue.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I think it's going to be an exciting season. It's still early. A lot of teams still, there's a lot of moving and shaking going on. So a lot of teams are still trying to find out their identity. So it's going to be interesting. Other than, LeBron got his boys balling. So they're going to do their thing. And he's steady building on that legacy he got.
What's the Mavs doing, man? What's the Mavs doing?
Man, it's rough, man. They're missing KP right now. Luka out of shape. I think locally they called him instead of Super Luka, they called him Fupa Luka. He look heavy out there, man.
Yeah.
But I'm like, y'all just got done playing not too long ago. You got out of shape that fast?
Hey, he started eating good.
Yeah.
Eating Instagram good. Yeah, you already know. You already know that's what he out there doing.
But that's our weekly wrap up of the NBA standings. We're going to throw in a little throw in a spot video, and then we'll come right back with you with those damn Waco Terror updates.
I said, what does it really take? What does it really take to be great, Drew? And he looked at me and he was like, you really want to know? And he was like, to be honest, everything you did to get here, you need to be consistent times 10.
And we're back, man. So, hey, it's probably my favorite part of the show, man. You know, finding out what's going on with those Waco Terrace South on 35. So we're gonna jump right into it.
Man.
Hey,
Yeah,
I got to get out there and catch a game, Coach. You know,
hey, we in your area all the time,
yeah,
time.
That's no excuse, Coach. I need to get out there and definitely holler at y'all.
I'm gonna come pick you up then. I'm gonna come scoop you up then. Get in. Come on, let's go. We here.
ain't no excuse at that point.
Yeah, if I pull up, ain't no excuses. Real talk. But
hey,
yeah,
but
man, we got some good stuff, man. We got some good stuff.
Oh yeah. So this week, got your, the weekly game fly of the week.
Yeah, man. Number 7 versus number 14, 6:30 in Argyle. This is our last away game. We've been on the road, I think, for about maybe a month and a half, 2 months. Like, that's gonna be a big game, man. I got all my players that are gonna be there. Denton Destroyers, very solid team, hungry. But we're hungry to get back where we need to be. And that's just focus on Waco Terra basketball, man. So if you in that area, Denton, Dallas, whatever, man, some of y'all don't mess with the Terra, that's fine. We probably don't mess with y'all either. But if you do mess with the Terra and you do support the Terra, man, come out and watch the Terra versus Denton Destroyers, man. It's all love.
So I got a question for you. So if you have somebody who's not familiar, who the Waco Terra is, if you had to sum it up and have an identity for your team, what would that be?
Fast paced, crazy, intense, exciting. That would be us in a nutshell right there. So if you like those things in basketball, we get loud. And so, if you like those type of things in the Waco Terra, not the Waco Terra, but basketball, yeah, I wouldn't say we're like a Golden State when they were winning championships, but we like the excitement of the game. We like highlights. So if people like highlights, fast-paced basketball, then that would be the Waco Terra.
I would probably say if you're a basketball fan in general, you're going to be an excited individual. I always knew, I played football myself for organized sports, but I always hung out with the basketball team for the most part. You know why? Because those dudes was wild, they was crazy, they knew how to party.
Hey, and best believe a couple of my players, man, and I ain't gonna lie, coach too. We know how to party a little bit. I'm just a chilled out dude though. But yeah, we get it in. It's all good.
And you can't complain about that, Coach.
Well, sir, it's about fun at the end of the day. On and off the court, it's about fun. And if you're not having fun, then the Waco Terra is definitely not where you need to be.
Not at all. So if you're in the area, come check out the Waco Terra. It's going to be
6:30 Saturday in Argyle. The address is on the bottom of the flyer, man. Y'all come check it out, man. Come check out some good. And I think there's other games going on that day too in that gym, but I'm not really sure what their game times are. But it's a lot of basketball being played Saturday, man. Good basketball, not just our teams, but other teams as well.
Okay. So next we got your fan of the week.
Yes, sir. Hey, my fan of that's 94.5 The Beat, man. Every time I post something or whatever, they liking it, sharing it. DJ Precise, he's over there. Big shout out to him, man, and everything they're doing over there. So those are our fans of the week, man. 94.5 The Beat, Saturday Night Crew, DJ Precise, man. Love y'all over there, man. Real talk.
It's pretty cool that you got a following like that, as far as a radio station is concerned. As advertising, that's touching another audience that probably wouldn't know anything about your team. So it definitely gives you some additional insight. Now, see Steve Harvey up on that.
Yeah, that boy Steve Harvey, man. But also, DJ Precise, he, it's a radio station. He shows love to various artists here in the Central Texas area. I'm not just gonna say Waco, but just Central Texas period, man. He really puts them out there and helps them grow. And you know, next week I can go into more of that, but you know, he's a big influence in the community.
And speaking of community, that's a good segue into that. So next we have up is the actual community impact.
Yeah, doing big things, man, big things. Now, my community impact is one of my own players, Derek Richardson, who's a young entrepreneur. He gets out there. He has his own business. You see right there is in your mouth distribution. He also has a t-shirt company. What is the name of it? My fault, y'all. I done forgot. Let me see. My fault, y'all. My fault. Yeah. Derek Richardson has the clothing line, No Handouts. He also does in your mouth distributions, which is his little daiquiris that he makes. Man, I remember when he first started. You know, he was trying to get it right, man. He also does TV mounting. So my thing is, whether you're in Dallas, Houston, Waco, man, if you want some drinks, get at my boy D Rich, man. If you want your TV mounted, get at my boy D Rich, man. You want hoodies, shirts, whatever, get at my boy Derek Richardson, man. He gonna look out for you.
It definitely seems like he a jack of all trades. So he definitely.
Hey, that's one thing I'm gonna say about him, man. He gonna get out there and get after some money, man. He you know, he just had a son not too long ago, so he has to really get after the money, man, and make sure he's there for a baby boy, man. And salute D Rich, man, and baby boy, real talk.
All day long.
Yes, sir.
So this part, you know, we talked about it during the pregame. I'm sorry, the pre-show conversation. So I'm a little bit excited about this. You had the opportunity to meet a legend this week.
Say, man, last night at my son's game, right? I'm sitting in the stands. I'm talking trash. I'm watching the game. I didn't even know him, this man right here, and another individual were sitting sort of kitty corner down at the bottom. I'm loud. I'm talking trash. I'm just being, I'm cheering, you know? And then I see this man, and I didn't recognize him at first. He went in there and spoke with the boys after the game, which they won 6-9, 6-5. Shout out Rappaport Ravens, man, real talk. But then I noticed Coach McCoy took a picture with him. And he's like, man, I need to take a picture with the coach. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I kept looking at him. I'm like, oh, that's a coach. You know, I took the picture. But then I realized that's Coach Ken Carter. So my whole thing is I had to grab him, and as you can see, I had to, hey, Coach Carter, can I get a picture with you? And he's like, yeah. So then right there, man, I got to meet Coach Ken Carter, man. If people don't know, youngsters don't know, everybody should know about Coach Carter, the movie Coach Carter that Samuel Jackson played the role of this man. He also has, I believe, a basketball camp, or he bought a school here in Central Texas, Marlin, Texas, or something.
Marlin.
Yeah, Marlin Bulldogs, man. Shout out to them boys down there in the square, man. You know what it is. But yeah, man, I got to meet him, and it was an honor to meet him. You see how big that smile is on my face? Like, yeah, I finally met Coach Carter. Like, it was a blessing to meet him, man, and for him to say, hey, tell your son to keep shooting that ball, man. I like the way he shoots. That's a big. It made me feel good, man, because it's been a long time coming for my son, and we ain't gonna get off on that, but it's been a lot of adversity, man, not just for my son, but for a lot of people. But it was an honor to meet that man.
No doubts. Hey, you know, we're gonna continue though, you know, as far as the show start off kind of somber, serious, you know, for the most part. But we said we're gonna end it on a positive note. So with that being said, we got a big event that's coming up in about a week and a half.
Yeah. There it is right there. The MLK Sack and, you know, Socks and Sack Lunch Homeless Give Back, man. Like I said, the Waco Terror will be in the building. There's going to be other people there that I support, and they support me. Like, we're like a little basketball family. A few of my players will be there. Their players will be there. Their owners will be there helping give stuff back. So far, I've had people donate. I got to pick it up, of course, bread, lunch meat, and chips for the event. So we're steady stacking up for that event. So when we get to come up there, you know, we'll be prepared. And if there's anything, if anybody that's watching or whatever, I'm just trying to help out. I'm not trying to take over an event or nothing. But there's anybody there that wants to donate something that's in the Waco area, so I can take it up there and we can impact these lives, man. Get it, Coach Hill. You can inbox me at William Hill on Messenger. I'm not gonna give my number out on here because I don't need a lot of people calling me, but you can definitely hit me up on Messenger and I'll hit you back, man. I mean, if you got socks, if you have paper sacks, if you just want, hey, I got a pack of little chips or something. Every little bit helps, man, because we're trying to impact lives.
Most definitely. It's going to be January the 17th. This year, it's going to be in 3 different cities at one time: Dallas, Houston, and Nolens. We're going to have special guests at each one of those locations. So definitely want to come out, hang out with us, have a good time, do our part for the community. We love giving back to the community. But, you know, at the end of the day, just like, you know, Sports Talk with Friends, we are by the fans, for the fans. Our community is the same thing. We got, if we're going to be a part of the community, we got to take care of the community.
Yep, I agree.
Before we end, Coach, any shout outs you got tonight?
Well, like I said, man, I'm going to shout out Coach McCoy and then Rappaport Ravens last night because he had to come out of his tie. He had to come out of his tie and do some coaching last night to keep them boys motivated, man. And, you know, shout out to that whole school over there and that whole group of kids, man. Just, you know, both boys and girls varsity teams. Also want to shout out just everybody in Waco right now, man. Just, you know, Coach, he'll love y'all, man. If I don't ever shout out to y'all, man, shout out anybody I ever miss. Shout y'all boys out, man, because we definitely want to keep pushing in the positive direction. That's about it, man. You know, I don't have big shout outs tonight. Shout out to PBA. You know, that's the Professional Basketball Association. Man, that league is growing fast, real fast. You know, we'll be in Dallas doing that. But besides that, man, let's shout out Uncle Leroy Jr. You know, he ain't here tonight, but we shouting you out, man. We holding it down the best we can, and salute.
Salute. We appreciate y'all joining us. Tune in next week. We'll do it again. Holla at your boy.